What's up?
It's been
a while.
about 6 weeks since we put out a new video, and
I don't even know what it was about, honestly.
I can't even remember.
Probably garden dying, everything dying in our garden because it was 110 degrees.
Because July had begun, but we were still getting good stuff in the garden.
Yep.
And we were excited to just keep sharing the life on the homestead here, simplifying our life. We were doing a lot of like summer, simplifying the homestead, summer stuff.
Just got goats, did watering.
Yeah. We did a water system. We were going to share the timer on the garden, which actually came in really handy. But here's the story we're here to tell today. The reason why we've been off is because, Maverick is here. Maverick Suell blazed into the world a little over 10 weeks early. So, yeah, I'm supposed to still be pregnant with him right now for another 4 weeks. He is due October 3rd, and he has been here for 6 weeks already. That's mind-blowing when you say that. Okay, so we wanted to get on here and just kind of tell you our family story and Maverick's birth story and kind of how that went, and just share a little update on where we're at with the homestead, with life, with a fourth baby here. And so, yeah. So 6 weeks ago, yesterday, 6 weeks ago, we were here.
On Tuesday.
It was a Monday.
Oh, Monday.
It was a Monday, and it was a good Monday. Miguel had actually gone to get another chicken coop. We just added to our chickens.
Oh, yeah.
We added a new flock, and so we're going to get this chicken coop from my mom down the street. So him and the older kids were doing that. Me and Ezekiel, our youngest son, we were in the garden, and it was a good morning. Like, the harvest I got that morning was so good. We picked a watermelon had popped open, cracked open, so we just ate it out there. It was just really sweet morning, and we enjoyed it, and we cut flowers, and we were out there for a while doing different things, picking different vegetables. There was still some production, but it was definitely slowing because it was July and getting really hot. So, then we made some granola. I was getting some sourdough bread prepped that I had sold and was going to deliver it that night. And what happened then?
Well, I come back from getting the chicken coop. We unload it.
Yes.
You go inside. I'm about to go into town.
To have lunch with someone. Do some errands, have lunch, yeah. So it's still mid-morning, later morning, yeah. And, I remember I had thought, I think I'm having some contractions. I, caught myself being kind of out of breath, or feeling that maybe just kind of have to pause and breathe while I was in the garden. And then while I was in the house, I just felt really exhausted. I was going to be making the bread, which I needed to make for that evening, but Ezekiel wanted to make granola. And so we started that. And I remember taking a moment and breathing a couple times and thinking, I don't even know if I have enough energy to do the bread, but I have to. But I was like, it's not even 10 and I just want to go lay down. I feel kind of weird. And somewhere in there, I realized, I think these are contractions. Which for me, this is my 5th child to birth, and I've never had contractions until I'm in labor. So I never really knew what Braxton Hicks were. I mean, I knew what they were, but I never felt them. And so when I went into labor the night before I had a baby, that was my contraction. So it was kind of like, oh, is that what this is? And the next day was our appointment. And I remember kind of putting a note in my head, they always say, have you had any contractions or things like that? And I was like, well, I guess I'll tell them yes this time, tomorrow. So you were about to go to lunch.
Yeah, what happened? Oh, well.
You were getting ready.
I got ready. I was printing things out in order to ship. And you come to me saying that you had some... you just came from the bathroom.
Yeah, I had seen the slightest amount of pink discharge, which I'll say, I really think it was just from the Lord, because I was busy doing things. Like I said, we've been in the garden now. We're doing bread. It's been a really peaceful and enjoyable morning, but also busy, or I was still doing things quickly, doing multiple things. So I had stopped what I was doing, went to the bathroom. My daughter was even talking to me. So that's what I'm saying. It was from God, because I was just wasn't paying attention, but somehow I saw the slightest pink color. And I'd already kind of told Miguel, I think I'm having some contractions. We'll have to tell him tomorrow at our appointment.
And you came to me, he's like, should I call the doctor?
Oh, after I saw the discharge, I was like, okay, this just happened. Should I? He's like, yes, of course.
It's not even a question.
Right. If you have been following along our journey, you know our experience with our 4th child that was born. He was born at 40 weeks and 1 day, stillborn. He was perfect. He was awesome. We thought we were going into labor. And so we were extra like heightened to things this time, but the pregnancy had been healthy, peaceful. Everything was good. Like we felt like, honestly, just like even some of the fears that would happen after loss, I felt like I was really calm and peaceful. And I attribute that to just a lot of prayer and also some of the counseling we did after losing our son. But so this was the first time that something happened that was like, oh, and I didn't really want to feel like, I kind of felt like, am I like overthinking this? Should I call? So I kind of went at Miguel like with this questionable, like, should I call? And he's like, of course. Like, if you even feel like it, just call, and his like automatic, like just support of like, call. Yes, of course. Don't even think about it. Helped me so much because I was like, I'm probably overthinking this or something, or it's like people have contractions all the time and I just never have, so I was already feeling weird. And then seeing this discharge, it was kind of like that people have that, and it wasn't like blood, it wasn't like bright red, so it was just, I was really thankful for Miguel's support and saying like, yes, call the doctor. So
I've always said that we were naive in the fourth baby in regards to all three were perfectly normal and somewhat easy births.
Easy births, healthy,
and,
amazing.
And I've always said I was naive because I never knew what could happen, on the other side of difficult births. And so when the question to come, should we do this or that, or should we be more cautious? It was, it would have been dumb for us to even consider
not
anything
calling.
else.
Yeah. So I immediately called and I left a message. They didn't answer. I left a message with the nurse and I told Miguel like, okay, you go on to your lunch, just have your phone on you, keep it on, just know like I might call you and we might go in. Like if they say we're gonna go in, we'll go in. So he left and I was like, okay, I'm just, kind of feeling nervous, but still like pretty calm, but still like, I don't know. And I decided I'm gonna go lay on my bed and see if I feel him move, because I hadn't really, moving around, you don't always notice when they move, but when I lay still, it seemed like I always noticed because I'm still, and it felt like every night when I went to bed, I would feel him kicking and moving around. And so I laid there, and I don't even think I was there for a minute, maybe not even two, something. And I was like, what am I doing? I can't just lay here. And I didn't like automatically feel him. And I was like, nope, this is dumb. Let's go to the hospital. Like, let's go to the doctor. Let's just go there. And my doctor had always told me, like, if you ever have any just questions or thoughts, or you're feeling afraid, just come in and we'll check you and we'll like ease your thoughts. So we'll do a sonogram and just ease everything. So this is the first time I was like, let's do that. Let's just take him up on the offer and do it. And I don't have to feel crazy or overthinking it. And so I immediately called Miguel and he turned around. And he was quick to turn around. He didn't like try to talk me out of it or like calm me down. He just said, I'll be there. And I was still very calm. Like he pulled up and I didn't even have the kids like in shoes and stuff. And so I was like, okay, we're all going. And
that's when things sped up because I was speeding.
Yeah, because he was literally speeding. So we get in the car and he's like, driving down the back roads. And I remember like saying like, I need you to slow down because you're like, his like speeding in the car.
Heightened urgency.
Yeah, he made me like feel like, oh, this isn't just going to the doctor to get checked out. This is like, we're in emergency mode, which was me like, I'm trying to stay calm, but now I'm like not. So I finally I called the doctor again, and maybe I talked to their front desk instead of the nurse, and I asked something about coming in. And they get me on the phone with the nurse, and they say, he's not in the office today, so you'll need to go to the ER. And
which our experience in the ER previous
last time,
with Zion was abysmal in regards to just not abysmal, but
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, I mean, in regards to like, it was not a positive experience.
Right. It was. I mean, that was our last experience there, and like we went there thinking we're still in labor and hopeful things are okay.
I'm just thinking of the time frame that it took to get into the ER, get checked in, insurance, have you been
get
here?
Get to the bag, get registered before they even would check me, and we're coming in saying we don't know if there's a heartbeat, and they weren't rushing.
It was like 12. I felt like it was 10 minutes we sat there not knowing anything last time. This time was a different story.
Yeah, and so, but for me, I'm like, the last time we were in that ER was when we found out that our son had died. And so, just a lot of emotions, like, okay, maybe we are in emergency mode. But then in the back of my head, I'm thinking, but surely I'm just going to get there and they're going to say it's fine. And I just like over-exaggerated, but we'll just go back to this pregnancy and it's just Braxton Hicks and everything's fine, but he's speeding. When I tell him the ER, I just start crying. And then one of the kids says, why are you going so fast? Because we were still in the back roads and he was driving very fast. And
I wasn't driving that fast then.
Fast enough. But he says, well, we just need to get mommy to the hospital to get checked out to make sure her and the baby are okay, And so I'm just at this time, silently crying and trying to stay calm, but, kind of freaking out. But thankfully, he was going to have lunch with someone from our church. And when I told my sister, we're going to go into the doctor, and I was texting her, she said, well, should you call mom to get the kids? And I'm like, no, we're just going to the doctor. But then when he came back, he had mentioned, they said they'll watch the kids. And so I thought, okay, 2 people asked that. Let's go ahead and take the kids to the church. They're going to just watch them. They'll get to play up there while we go. And so we go. Man, when I see someone from the church and just so sweet, just touching me, saying, saying positive things and I'm just a blubbering mess at that point. I can't even and I mean, still in the back of my head, I'm like, am I overdoing this? Are we going to be fine? Am I going to feel so silly? I don't know. And who cares? But also it is in the back of my head. And we get on the road and Miguel goes.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where you start speeding.
I go as fast. I go as fast as the car will allow me.
So we drive a minivan and you were going how fast on the highway?
110, a little over.
I'm not kidding.
Over 110.
I looked and I was like, and I think again I said can you slow down a little bit? Which in retrospect, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful he's driving so fast.
Honestly, obviously you're gonna tell the rest of the story, but the doctor said, we had about 30 to 40 minutes of. Brittany had. I'm fast forwarding a little bit. Brittany had a abrupt
placenta
abruption. And within that time frame, we had 30 to 40 minutes to get the baby out because he was.
My placenta was already partially abrupted.
It was already partially abrupted, and he was in distress. The baby Maverick was in distress.
Yeah. So he speeds. Going fast. What time of day is this? 11 something.
11 o'clock.
10, 11. Yeah, 11 something. So he's speeding. There's busier roads. What time is it?
It's got to be 12 o'clock because my lunch was at 11:30. So we're at 12 o'clock.
But
he was born at 12:48.
Okay, so somewhere 11, 12 sometime.
We're at 12 o'clock.
Okay. He's speeding. He's running red lights. He's going around people. He's honking at people. Lights are flashing. He's honking. Get out of my way. If you hear me, please move. Getting through the city to the ER. So we get to the ER. Miguel runs in. I'm still kind of, I'm pregnant. Also, kind of coming quickly. And, we called the ER. So we called, and what happened there?
They, asked him, hey, is there any way we can speed the process of getting
because we're
into
thinking
the ER?
Of our last experience.
Yeah. He's like, can we expedite, can you pull up our records, da-da-da? And they said, no, everything has to be done in-house.
I'm like, can I talk to someone and fill out the paperwork? We have a 20-minute drive.
Right,
which was actually...
No, more 30, 40.
It was 30, yeah.
30 minutes.
And they
so
said
no, everything has to be done in the ER, so I was like,
Yeah, he was...
So coming in, we were thinking, okay, another 10, 15 minutes wait just to even get admitted and then go up into the,
which they have now.
Labor and delivery.
Labor and delivery ER type thing now.
So coming into the ER, they immediately recognized that I was who I was in regards to the guy coming in with the pregnant wife.
Yeah.
And who had previously had a stillborn. And I think they realized the urgency of it. I gave them some context, and it wasn't but 5 minutes. They
said really, someone's coming down.
They really didn't do anything in admitting us. They just said someone's coming down to get you.
Yeah, they just sent us straight up. We didn't really talk to anyone in the ER except for saying someone's coming. They sent us up. OB/ER took us up. They started checking on us, prepped, got me changed, and put the monitors around my belly and everything. And Miguel's pacing. And he's texting some family, things like that. And then they hear the heartbeat. And they say that the heartbeat is good and that the baby is good. And
yeah, at that point we were relieved.
We were relieved.
Relief.
There crying, was nothing to relief. About. He's pacing and just exhaling sighs of relief over and over and over. And we're crying. He's texting the family, baby's okay, baby's healthy. The doctor comes in. Looking at the monitor, everything's good. I'd felt another contraction, and I was about to ask them, can you tell, on the monitor, can you see that contraction? And then the doctor looks at us, he says,
why do you have that, get that look off your face.
Get that worried look off your face. You have a healthy baby, you have a healthy heartbeat. He says it, so kind. Like, get that, worry look off. Like, yeah, there's a healthy heartbeat. And then,
what are you worried about?
Yeah, and we're just like, sorry, we just, a lot of relief because that is not the experience we had before. And we had no clue. Like, I remember before we went up there, we're waiting for these people to come down, and I remember thinking, whatever's on the other side of these doors, we have no idea. Last time, it was, like, life-changing. I mean, shattering. Like, we went in thinking we're having a baby, and we leave without a baby. But we see this full-grown, healthy baby that's not living. And so, I'm like, I registered in my head, like, we could go on the other side and be totally changed in the same way. And I did think we could have a baby today. Or I thought, Lord, I even said on the way there, Lord, if we just need to have him today so he'll be healthy, let's do it. I'd rather be able to see him outside of my belly and know he's healthy than have to worry like this for the next 10 weeks.
The goal from day one was to have a healthy baby. I mean, that was, we prayed that multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, the goal to have
healthy baby and healthy outcome for me, because that was scary last time too. And so we're sitting there and we're just relieved, and he's reassured us. Well, then I have another contraction. This is in the span of like 2 minutes, and he just says, we'll just monitor you for a little bit longer or something, and I have a contraction. He's like, wait a second, I don't like that. And he notices something with Maverick's heartbeat that was irregular, like it rose too high or dropped too low.
And it stayed in the 170s for too long.
I guess too high. Yeah, so
they like it right. They like it more in the 100 to 140s.
Yeah, and so he was like, "Whoa, what's that?" And he's like, he said something about, we may have a baby today. And Miguel had just like called off the family. Like, my mom went ahead and picked up the kids, but she was like, do I need to come there? And we were like, Miguel's like, no, they said the baby's healthy, everything's good. In the matter of like 2 minutes, it goes to like, we might have to have a baby today. And then I have one more contraction. They see the heartbeat
drop significantly.
Yeah, and he's like, call the OB, let's prep them. And we were like, whoa. Like, I had already looked at Miguel once, like, okay, if we have to have it, when he said we may have a baby today, I was like, okay, we can do this if that's what it is.
It went from 40 weeks to sometime today to right now.
Yeah.
Within
moments. Like, less, I mean, I really think the, like, time he said, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but the time he said, like, don't worry, get that look off your face, to the time he said call the OR.
2 minutes.
It was 2
minutes.
minutes.
Look at the face.
Get that look off your face. So they call the OR, and I look at Miguel, and it's like, okay, we can do this, And they tell Miguel, you won't be able to go back there with her because this is an emergency C-section. Which I feel like because of our last experience, we're like, okay, because, and ultimately it's like, we still want a healthy, we just want to get back there. If like that's what this means, like let's make the outcome not the same as it was with Zion. So it was like, okay, and I'm just kind of like, okay, we can do this, and I'm just praying, like, at this point I know the baby has a healthy heartbeat. I'm like praying for him to be healthy, but I'm also like just really afraid for myself. Like, if I'm honest, I like my prayers turned to like, Lord, because last time with Zion, we already knew he was dead, and then it was like, we had to focus on you now. And like, there was some bleeding that wasn't right in me, and so it was just really dangerous. And so I know I'm going to be put under again. I'm actually like really afraid and scared, and just like praying like, Lord, please, like just let me wake up, like please. And so once again, I asked them, how long will this take? I look at the clock, it was 12:25, and I'm just thinking, how long will I have to be under? Like, how long till I know I'm awake, kind of thing, is really what I was thinking, like, in my fear. And they said, once you get back there, it's
minutes.
Crazy, like, go time. They'll have him out in, like, minutes. And he was out at 12:48. So we were still in the room at 12:25, and they wheeled me back and just, like, doing stuff. And we go back there, strapping me down. They're putting all the things. They're talking to me. And I just start crying because I'm just afraid. And I'm just crying. My eyes are closed. And one nurse or someone, there's so many people and they're just doing stuff.
Amy or Ashley?
I don't know if that was her, but there was a nurse in there that said my name. She said, like, you're doing great, Brittany, or something like that. And my eyes are closed. I'm crying. I just remember thinking, oh, I don't know if she knows me or if she just knows my name. But her saying my name made me feel so, like, safe and, like... So at that time, I'm in the OR, they're holding me, they like have my arms, they're talking to me about the anesthesia, things like that. And I remember thinking, like, I'm like on the verge in this cryingness of like, I could like go into like full blown like freak out mode if I let myself. Like, I could just feel it. And I was like, I'm telling myself, like, you've got to like calm down. because like the last thing I want to do is be like freaking out or just like out of control crying and stuff, and they'll put me under. So I was like calming myself, telling myself to breathe and calm down, and her saying my name just helped so much. And then I just remember because I started crying, I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I'm laying flat. They were about to they put the oxygen mask over my face, and I'm like, I can't breathe. But I calmed down, I took deep breaths, and they put me under, and they got this sweet little boy out quickly and in perfect timing, and we were so thankful, because like we said, it was the same thing that happened with our son before. Of course, that time it was 40 weeks pregnant, Zion, and my placenta fully abrupted, and that's why he didn't live. And so it was a miracle. He's a miracle. It was a miracle. Everything about it, like the discerning of Miguel saying, yeah, call the doctor, and then Miguel turning around immediately and not being like, well, let me just go like run this errand and then we'll go, or like he immediately turned around, the like speeding. The fact that the doctor wasn't at his office. I mean, yeah,
huge. if we would have went to the doctor's office for him just to check on Brittany, that time, that span would have been another 20-30 minutes in regards to going from the north side of Longview to downtown.
Yeah.
And traffic, all the things we don't know.
Yeah, getting into his office to be seen in the midst of all his appointments, like
right.
It could have been. I mean, we're just like every part of it was like we're so thankful, and that doctor being like, "Whoa, okay, let's change it and let's go." And getting him out, and like I said, he was out at 12:48 p.m. on July 24th, 2023, and healthy and perfect, but very little.
Yeah. So the journey of we have obviously had never been through, or no other family has ever been through a NICU situation that we've known,
right?
Been a part or have been in a relationship with, and so so that experience was completely new. A lot of learning challenges or breakthroughs that we've were able to have. Maverick was in the NICU for
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Exactly.
We were expecting, the doctor told us, most babies are supposed to be there
till their due date. So he could have been there for 10 weeks.
He could have been there for 10 weeks. They were expecting him to be there for 8, and he got out 2 weeks early. So. And
he's home with us today. The kids got to meet their brother, and hold him. And while we were just during the NICU journey, I mean, we were back and forth every day. I was gone from the house probably 4 or 5 hours a day, which is a challenge when you have 3 other kids. When you're running a homestead, we had people who milked our goat. We had people take care of our animals. We had so many people.
Our cows got out like 3 times.
Oh, so many times. The cows got out. We had people bring us meals over and over, and it was just
nonstop.
I mean, I was just thinking, for me leaving, like I would just leave at like 5 or 6, knowing like another mom who has her own family to take care of is bringing my family food to take care of us.
We're watching the kids, and so most of our friends' moms have 3 to 4 kids.
Yeah, and they would help watch our kids for hours. And
so thank you,
family stepping in, and sending us. A lot of people sent us monetary gifts for helping the travel. Like gas prices went up right after we had them, and it was like we didn't have to even think about money as far as going over and coming back, or food. If we needed to eat out,
the fact of eating,
we could just eat out and not like stress.
Yep.
And it was just a really blessed time, and we're thankful just for a community that steps in and helps carry our family when it's hard. And we're thankful that this little boy is here and alive. And Maverick means a man who does not conform, a man who goes against norms, and we gave him the middle name Blaze because he blazed in here, and we were praying he would blaze out of the NICU, and he did. And we pray he will blaze through all the things that the Lord blesses him with and gives him in life. So we're thankful.
Super thankful and grateful for all from the doctor to the nurses in the NICU to everyone that supported us through the journey, family, friends, and just in every situation of our crazy busy lives, we wouldn't be able to do it without the support. And so
and while we were in the NICU, our dog had puppies, so we also have new puppies on the homestead,
and we should be having we could be having new goats.
We're supposed to have new kittens, but our cat, maybe she had them somewhere. We're waiting to see. But we just want to say we're still going to be putting out some awesome stuff. It may be slower because we'll be busy, but we'd love for you to subscribe and follow the Simply Suell Homestead, share with your friends, and just be part of our journey as we learn to live simple, live slow, and share our journey of growing our homestead.
You have an awesome day. See you. Bye.
All right, the first goal of the year. Let's go ahead and do this too in our year Team Suell vision. Let's bring this baby home. Who's excited?
Me!
What are y'all excited for?
The baby's coming home!
Baby's coming home.
And the baby get hold.
Do you get to hold him? Yeah.
No, not get to hold the baby. Our baby. The puppy's baby.
Oh, because we got puppies too. It is a big week here. What are you most excited about, sister? About our baby brother coming home?
I don't know.
To hold him?
I don't know. I'm excited about rocking him.
About rocking him? Sweet.
I had fun with other babies, so I'm sure I'm gonna have fun with my baby brother.
Right. And who's excited about the baby puppies?
Me!
We're all proud of the mamas, huh? Marshmallow mama and mama. No.
And Nancy mama.
And Nancy mama. Yeah. Where are we headed?
Up to the second floor of the baby room.
To get our baby. We can get to stay the night with him tonight and at the hospital, and then tomorrow take him home. Bring him some garden flowers.